There.
Speaking of party, there's about to be one in Adventureland because Tarzan's Treehouse is going to become something brand new, according to the East Bay Times and Disney. East Bay Times writes that Tarzan will soon be swinging out of his treehouse at Disneyland to make room for a rethemed attraction that will see a new Disney character move into the 80-foot-tall man-made tree in Adventureland. Disneyland will reimagine Tarzan's Treehouse in Adventureland with a new theme and backstory. According to Disneyland officials, the Treehouse experience isn't going away, but the Tarzan theme won't return when the attraction reopens. The walkthrough attraction's new theme, backstory, and reopening date have not yet been announced. Tyler Crouch, this attraction went under refurbishment suddenly in September 2021. That was last year, of course, and has yet to reopen. And only now has Disney indicated a retheme is coming. What do you think's going on over there? To a certain degree, especially doing the Disneyland updates that I frequently do, I'm pretty convinced because work hasn't stopped since September. I can hear it every time I'm there. Yeah. There's always people up in that tree. There's pounding going on. There's sawing going on. There's always something happening up there. I chalked it up to infrastructure issues because
Swiss Family Robinson's coming back.
That sucker went down real quick. Seems to be a fan favorite of people saying, hey, maybe this is going to be the returning theme. What's old is new again. Nah. What do you think?
I don't think so. You know what I think it is? They're going for Tarzan 2.
Wow.
They're going prequel. I don't know if anybody remembers, but Tarzan 2 is all about little Tarzan. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to be that at all. Everybody forgets that movie.
Tarzan 2, and now he's pissed.
Sure.
There's the catchphrase.
Sure, yes.
Coming to Disney Plus. 12-part series.
If I remember correctly, in that movie, he starts to realize he's not a gorilla. You know, like it's kind of maybe he could be pissed. You know?
Tale as old as time. Know. Yeah,
but what would I want it to be? I think it would be really cool. I mean, it's Adventureland. Indiana Jones is right there. They're coming out with the 5th Indiana Jones movie in 2023, apparently. You know, I think it could be cool if they had some kind of Indiana Jones tie-in there, but we know it's a walkthrough, and they're going to want it to be children-friendly. I mean, they need things for kids to do in Adventureland or just in Disney in general. And I really do think I'm going to go with the popular opinion that they're going to just do Encanto, because, I mean, that seems like a no-brainer. I think that I can't remember the character's name, I'm sorry, but one of the family members, has the whole tree section with the animals, and they live in like a tree basically, and I think that would be a no-brainer to just bring that. But I would like to see Indiana Jones. I mean, but again, I just think it's going to be catering to children. So, I've never been a fan of Tarzan. I'm not the biggest Tarzan movie fan either. So I was kind of, I really am not a big Phil Collins fan. I'm not going to lie.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And,
or swinging from vines. You seem to be very against that.
There's no chairs in the jungle.
Well, remember too, it was there's no chairs in the jungle. Yeah. But remember too, that movie came out in the 90s and they were like, oh, you know what's cool? Skateboarding. Let's make him skate on trees. And I just never thought that was like a
very
cool
realistic
thing,
Tyler.
Tony Hawk and
it. Not that I want it to be realistic. I was like, oh gosh, why are you trying to make him seem like an extreme sports guy? You know what I'm saying? So it was always kind of a weird
Tarzan Hawk
thing to me.
I remember watching that on the Disney, was it the Disney Channel, when they were like, look at this cool new stuff. Look how he slides down the tree. And I was
the
like,
computer graphic.
Yeah, you remember that
technology,
on the Disney Channel? And they're like, yeah.
I do remember that, but from what I understand, I heard an interview with Tony Baxter, and I appreciate Tarzan in the way that it did save the tree, because apparently after Swiss Family Robinson, they wanted to tear that tree down to like build a store for like merchandise and stuff like that, and they came up with the idea, let's throw Tarzan in there. So at least I appreciate that the tree is still there because of Tarzan. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. I think Encanto is kind of a no-brainer.
Bus driver, move that tree! Also another timely reference to a show from 10 years ago. I'm on a roll today, let me tell you. Sure. Tree Makeover Tree Edition. That's what it's at. Get Ty Pennington out there with his mega. Oh, that would be fun, huh? Yeah. Let's make that happen. Yeah, who? What?
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of. Honestly,
Ty,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm missing the reference.
Extreme Makeover Home Edition, sir.
Okay.
ABC's most spectacular series ever created.
I remember watching like a couple episodes, so I got it. Don't know who the host was, though.
I cried every week. It was beautiful. They built a house in 7 days. Oh,
wow.
Hit you right here. And then they canceled it. All right, moving along. The Disney Genie Plus service from coast to coast seems to be under a lot of scrutiny, has been since it debuted late last year, and continues to create, we'll just say, challenges across both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Well, earlier this week, a Disneyland Resort app update message popped up via the Genie Plus prompt and said the following: "Pardon the inconvenience, we strongly encourage you to check today's Lightning Lane availability and other park details before purchasing Disney Genie Plus service, as purchase of Disney Genie Plus service is non-refundable. We apologize for any inconvenience." As far as I'm aware, this is the first time this message has ever been pushed out as sort of a warning to people on the app. Now, certainly the last few weeks at Disneyland in particular, there have been no reservations for theme park availability. So, again, we like to remind everybody, you can have a theme park ticket, but you need a reservation to get into the park you want to go to. Capacity is still supposedly capped, and even though it feels like crazy town anytime you go into the parks now, you still need a park reservation. However, the Disney Genie Plus service sends out that prompt, making me ask, as a guest, Katrina, what would a message like this make you think?
Well, first I would be like, this is ridiculous. Because it makes you scared, right? Because they've been shoving down this information down our throats for like the past few months, right? You got to get Lightning Lane. You got to get Genie Plus. This is the only way you're able to have a good experience. This is what it is. And then they throw this message up on your app, and you're like, well, what? And then so you either, get it and not be happy with it because they're not going to give you a refund, and because they clearly said it, and it's like a little pop-up message, so they're not going to give you a refund if you're not happy with it. But then it just makes you double guess if this is going to be the right day for you. Like, am I going to have a fun experience? Probably not. And I just think that's like a shame that they haven't really figured it out yet on like how much they're giving Lightning Lane passes for. And it's like, to try to figure out the day so everybody's able to have a good experience, especially standby or Lightning Lane. Because again, like, you can pay for Lightning Lane, but like we were just saying before the show, if you're on Soarin' and you're trying to get it, and you're like, I'm gonna get Lightning Lane, and you get it, but they're only doing half of the theater, then your wait is still gonna be like over an hour and a half with a Lightning Lane. So what's the point of using it? And then you're kind of like turned off the rest of the day because you just don't want to use it, and then you can't really ask for a refund.
At least Walt Disney World has recently come out and addressed the fact that you're only going to get 2 to 3 attractions in a day, right? So they came out and just said it, and I think it's even on their website. Disneyland has not done that.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're at least admitting, hey, even though you're paying this surplus of money, right, this premium for this Fast Pass, basically, you are not going to get probably beyond 2 or 3 rides in a day. So keep that in mind. Of course, $20 out here at Disneyland. So to see a prompt like this raised some eyebrows.
It's crazy because we have less rides and you pay more, and then over there it's $5 less, and you have, if you get a park hopper, at least you're able to get 4 parks, to at least try. But you got to get there together.
It's a lot of stress on the normal family for sure, or even just anybody who wants to go there, because I mean, if you see that prompt, what are you supposed to do at that point? You're like, okay, well, so it's recommending that I don't get this service, but like, we want to skip some lines, but so if we do get the service, we're going to be waiting in long lines, but if we don't get the service, we're going to still be waiting in long lines. So what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's just it seems pretty lame, honestly.
And then you're like on the tram ride to the parks, and they're like, have you thought about getting the Genie Plus? Yeah. And like, they're trying to pimp it out for you, and then you're like, well, but on the app it just said not to get it, in a way, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like contradicting itself. So
and warning me that if I do buy it, I might not get what I
wanted
originally set out to get.
Right.
So definitely interesting, and certainly something we will keep our eye on. It was again, eyebrow raising this past week.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.